Hello there, my name is Marley and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm going to be starting a reading vlog where I'm going to be reading 3 popular YA thrillers. I am a big fan of the genre of YA thrillers. I love adult thrillers as well, but I just think YA thrillers can be so fun. And I have a few popular ones that I've been really excited to get to. So let's go over the 3 books that I plan on reading for this vlog. The first one that I want to read is Sadie by Courtney. This is probably one of the most popular YA thrillers out there. There's a lot of YA thrillers that have a lot of criticism surrounding them, but this is one that I pretty much only hear good things about, so I'm really excited to get to this one. Basically, all I know about it is that it is about a girl named Sadie whose sister dies or gets murdered, and so then Sadie is trying to solve the murder, and I think there is also a podcast element in this as well. So very excited about this one, and I'll tell you more about it once I get started. Another one I plan on reading is They Wish They Were Us, and this is by Jessica Goodman. This kind of has a classic, not super unique sounding plot, but it follows this girl in high school, and I guess there was a murder a few years ago that they thought was solved. Now the main character is in her final year of school, and someone is starting to send text messages that make it seem like the person they thought committed the murder didn't actually do it, and the murder may still be out there. So pretty general premise, but I will let you know more about this one once I get into it. And the third one is a very hyped YA thriller, We Were Liars by Lockhart. This is one that I think has been on like the bestseller list for years. It's just been talked about so much, so I really want to get to this one as well. Shockingly, with how popular it is, I don't even really know what it's about other than it's like a YA thriller mystery. At least the description on Goodreads is also super vague, but it seems like there's a group of friends and there's some lies and potentially some murders, I'm assuming. Very excited about these 3 books and getting back into vlogging. If you guys missed my last video, I kind of did a little update about where I've been. When I was filming my last reading vlog, I actually didn't get to finish it because I got sick and I actually got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So a lot's going on with me, but I really wanted to film a fun reading vlog, and I feel like this genre, this theme for the video, which is YA thrillers, is going to be really fun, as those books are just so fun to read and normally very quick reads as well. So let's get into the vlog. So it has been a few days since I did the intro for this video, and I got to 100 pages into Sadie. So it's about a third of the way through. So I thought I would do a little bit of an update. Life has been very busy for me. This week has been very busy. That's why I'm only 100 pages, because I've been having a lot of work, schoolwork, diabetes, things. We have this girl Sadie, and I think she's like 19. She's like a young adult. Her sister Maddie died. There was a bit of an age gap. I think Maddie was like 13 when she died. They didn't find Maddie's killer, so Sadie has taken it upon herself to avenge Maddie's death. We have 2 different points of view, I guess, that we're following. The first is actually a podcast, which I think I mentioned in the intro. There is this guy named West McCrae that is doing a podcast show following the murder of Maddie and the disappearance of Sadie, and he's basically trying to track down Sadie because she has disappeared. Then we are also getting Sadie's point of view, where we see her kind of being on the run, and she is looking for a certain person. I won't say who it is just for like spoilers, but it seems like she believes that this person is the person who killed Maddie, and so she wants to kill them basically and get revenge. People love this book. as I probably also said, like, people really hype this up. I am liking it a third of the way through, but I'm kind of not sure why people love it so much yet, because I'm like, if it's just this person that killed Maddie that Sadie thinks it is, that's like, there's no twist to that. I'm just kind of wondering like what the twist will be, or what's gonna make it so good that people rave about it. So I am enjoying it, you know, the writing and everything. It's compelling, but I'm kind of like, what is gonna make it so special? Which makes sense, I'm only a third of the way through. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not just the person Sadie thinks it is. I almost want to say, like, what if Sadie killed her own sister? But like, that can't be it, because she loved her sister. A little bit more about Sadie. She is a very interesting main character. I should probably mention, Sadie and Maddie's mom was an addict and she abandoned them. So Sadie was very much like a motherly figure to Maddie. And Sadie also has a lot of issues because of being raised by an addict who like didn't give her the attention and the love that she needed growing up. So she has a stutter for one thing, and she was always bullied for that growing up, and has like issues because of that. That's kind of like her main issue, is that she stutters, so she doesn't like to talk a lot because of that, stuff like that. So Sadie is definitely a very interesting main character, and I like the contrast between the little podcast episodes and then getting Sadie's point of view as well. But yeah, I feel like I just need to like get further into it, because it's just kind of like an average read for me so far. Yeah, I'm very curious of where it will go. So here is my diabetic friendly breakfast. Basically, I am supposed to have 30 grams of carbs for breakfast. So these little brown rice cakes are 9 carbs each. So that's 27. The peanut butter makes up the remaining 3 to go to 30. And avocado and tomato are basically nothing. So there we go. Hey, so I got to 200 pages now of Sadie, so 2/3 of the way through. Still liking it, still engaged, still invested. But yeah, still kind of waiting for that oh my gosh moment, but I'm sure that will come in the next section. Yeah, I feel like we still have so much more to find out. Like, we really do not know much about what happened to Maddie at all. We're really just focusing on what Sadie's doing. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. Actually, there was a character named Marley in this book too, I forgot to mention. It was spelled with 2 E's, so not the same way as me, but still kind of cool because you don't see the name Marley very much. So that's fun. Hey guys, so it is later in the night and I just finished Sadie by Courtney Summers. I think I'm gonna give this a 4-star. There wasn't really a huge twist like I was waiting for. I guess because I thought that this was like marketed as like a thriller, or I heard it was a thriller. I just expected it to be like very twisty and be like a twisty type of thriller, and it's not exactly like that. It's more of like a true crime feel to it, and it has more of like an emotional impact rather than like a shocking impact. So that's not necessarily bad. Like, that's why it's still 4 stars. Like, as I said, I was still super engaged in this story and it was super impactful, moving. There's definitely trigger warnings for, it kind of maybe spoils it if I say, so I'll just say that there's like major triggering things in this book that you might want to like look into if you have triggers. So yeah, definitely not the type of thriller that's gonna be like shocking you throughout or having like major plot twists. Like, you kind of are just figuring out the pieces throughout the story. There's not really anything that's too shocking, but it is disturbing, and that's why I say it's like a true crime. Like how I said that there's a podcast that's like a major element in it. The only other thing that's kind of like a negative is the ending did leave me feeling a little bit unsatisfied, but I also feel like that was like the point of it. Like, it left me unsatisfied for a certain reason. Like, we didn't get a lot of like closure, I'll say, which can always be like frustrating, but at the same time it also like made the ending be more impactful because of that. So 4 stars, pretty decent book and that I would recommend. Just I wish I had kind of known what type of thriller it was. Maybe I just kind of like forgot about what people said when I've heard them talk about it, and I just thought it was gonna have like crazy twists or something, and it was just not that type of book, but still really good. Hopefully the other 2 books that I'm going to read will have more of a twisty vibe to them, hopefully be more fun, because that's something I said in the beginning of this video is how I like YA thrillers, because they can be fun. And this one was not fun. This was like hard-hitting, serious topics, very, what's the word? I've heard people call it gritty when I was looking at reviews. Like, that's what this book is. So be aware of that if you read it, but definitely read it. I would recommend it. But yeah, hopefully these next 2 books, I think I'll go into They Wish They Were Us, since I already have that one physically. Hopefully those ones will be more fun. I think they will be, just based on like the description. I think those ones will definitely be more fun, and they have more of a plot that's set up to have twists and like reveals. Hopefully I will have more fun the rest of the weekend when I read those 2 books. Hey guys, so it is now Saturday evening. I have been quite productive today, I have to say. I was catching up on some YouTube videos, I cleaned the apartment, and I also have been reading They Wish They Were Us, once again by Jessica Goodman. And I got about a third of the way through, just over 100 pages, so I thought I would check in and let you guys know more about this one, because I didn't really say much in the intro about this one because I didn't really know a lot about it, but now I do. So basically we are following this girl. Let me just get reacquainted with her name. Jill. She's a senior in high school. She's a popular girl and she has this friend group. One of her friends had actually been murdered back in like their freshman year or sophomore year. It was her best friend, right? The boyfriend of this girl is the one who got arrested and who got blamed for the murder. It's been a few years and everything, but everyone sort of like remembers her, right? Like, especially the friend group, they're not fully over it, especially our main character, I should mention. So our main character and all of her friends are part of this sort of secret society. They go to this private school, so they're all kind of like preppy and trying to like be the best and like get into these prestigious schools and stuff like that. So they all really value getting good grades. So they're part of this secret society where basically they're called players. They have access to this app where you get to see the answers to all of the tests, because the teachers just use the same tests all the time, and you get like privileges like that. But it's also, I guess, kind of like a fraternity where they had to do what are they called, kind of like hazing kind of challenges in order to get into this group. So that is what our main character is a part of. She has this boyfriend, but she actually is in love with this other guy. Like, there's a lot of like details like that going on. For the actual mystery, it seems like there is some sort of evidence that has come out where it seems like the boyfriend didn't actually kill that girl that died, and so the mystery is going to be who actually killed her. But I have to say, like, this book is not great so far. I'm thinking it's gonna only be 3 stars, which honestly, I know this is reading 3 hyped thrillers, but I haven't heard too much about this since it came out, so I think the reason why is because it maybe isn't that good. I don't know, I just feel like it's not focusing on like the thrillery aspects. It's just really focusing on like Jill's life and this like players secret society thing. Really just want to like get more into the mystery, which hopefully the rest of the book will. Right now, who do I suspect? It's kind of hard to have like suspects, but I just want to throw out there that I suspect the guy that our main character is in love with, and it's like a love interest for her. First, I wanted to suspect the main girl because even though it has been done a lot of times, I still like that twist of the main character being the evil one, but I don't think that's actually gonna happen. I think it's going to be the guy that she's in love with. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Obviously, I won't spoil, I won't tell you if I'm right, but For anyone that's read it, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm feeling like this one might be a little bit of a dud, but I'll check back in at maybe the 200 page mark and let you know for sure. Hi guys, it is now Sunday afternoon and I have not read it all yet today, but I did get to 2/3 of the way through They Wish They Were Us last night. So I thought I'd just do a really quick check-in. This book is continuing to be probably like a 3-star. It's still not the best YA thriller I've ever read. It might actually be one of the worst ones. Basically, we've really delved into a lot more character stuff in this last section. We're seeing just how these characters that Jill is surrounded by are just terrible people. And we're really seeing that through the like hazing that the characters had to go through to get into this players club. We are getting some flashbacks to when Jill and her friends went through their initiations, and then we are also seeing them as seniors put this new group of freshmen through this new set of initiations, which they call pops, for like pop quizzes, but it's really essentially hazing. And a lot of them are pretty messed up. Have to do with, you know, drinking a lot, doing embarrassing things, we getting like assaulted basically, and it's just making you like hate these people. But of course, Jill, our main character, is like more of a moral character. She's kind of just coming to the realization that she doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. She is finally, hopefully, going to start getting more invested in Graham, which is the guy who got blamed for Shayla's murder. That's the girl who had died. I think she's finally gonna start believing that Graham could be innocent, and one of her other friends, one of these other people that's in the town, might actually have been Shayla's real killer. Here's the thing. I think that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Truly Devious are some of the best YA thrillers out there, and I think one of the reasons for that is that both of those main characters were really into true crime and into solving the mystery in the book, and I think that's what makes them so good, because you're really invested and you're seeing all these clues and you're seeing all these suspects. But in books like this that are YA thrillers where we have characters that aren't interested in the mystery and they just want to be like, I'm a normal girl, I don't want to get involved in this, it just makes the book not as good, because then we're not, as a reader who's following that character, we're like not getting into the mystery. Whereas A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, where Pip is like in it, it's way more interesting. So I think that might be something to keep in mind for YA thrillers. Even Karen M. McManus, though, she has had characters that are interested in true crime and solving mystery, but she also finds a way to have characters that aren't interested in that, but that still get drawn into the mystery more. So anyways, this book is still just so. I'm gonna finish it up today, so you should see another update from me soon of me finishing this, and then we are going to dive into We Were Liars. Finally. So I also forgot to mention I have a new suspect of who killed Shayla. I won't say who it is again, but I feel like they were making it like really obvious. I was about to get scared that like the main character was gonna be an idiot and not figure it out, but the main character did just figure it out, like the motive, the potential motive. So either it's gonna be lame and it's gonna be this person and it's not really a twist at all, because it was like super obvious from the start. I didn't just start thinking it was this person. I thought it a while ago, I just forgot to say. Or this is just a red herring, which we love to see, and it's gonna be someone different still. I'll let you know which it is. Okay, so now I think it's someone else, which again, I'm not gonna say, but this is what I wanted from this book, and this is what I want from YA thrillers, is the point where there's like suspects and you start to think it's someone and then they get cleared, and then you start to think it's someone else and then they get cleared. Like this last third of the book is what I wanted from the whole book. So I'm glad we're finally getting this, but I'm feeling very confident now in who I think is the real killer. I'll let you know if anything changes. Hey guys, so I just finished the book, They Wish They Were Us. The killer was someone that I guessed. I'm not gonna say which of my guesses it was, but yeah, not shocking, not really very shocking. And the way that they revealed it, I also feel like it could have been better, like the tension and stuff like that. I just think that it could have been better, the stakes could have been higher, that kind of thing. But I don't want to completely hate on it, because at the end I actually did get teary-eyed. Clearly I did get invested in the characters and the friendships and relationships. So I think I'm gonna give it a 3-star. So pretty like average. Maybe it should be lower, like maybe it should be 2.5, but I'm just gonna do 3. So this gives you a little bit of an idea about it. Not the best YA thriller I've ever read, but also it's not terrible. As you saw, I did have a couple different guesses throughout, so clearly they did do something to like kind of trick me at points. Actually, just one point really they tricked me. That's the only one. But for the most part, I did know throughout most of the book who the killer was gonna be. So yeah, this book would be more so maybe if you're just getting into thrillers, because it's not that thrilling. If you like books that are about like prep schools and like very preppy people, rich people problems, popular kids, like those kind of themes. So moving on, hopefully this final book will be a 5-star read. We've had a 4 and a 3-star, so would love it if we could have the best book for last. Hey guys, it is Monday morning, so I wanted to do a little update on We Were Liars. Yesterday, I managed to get halfway through the book before I had to go to bed, and I'm absolutely loving it. It was so hard. Oh my god, can you hear that construction? It was so hard to stop reading last night. So essentially, what's going on in the book is that we are following the Sinclair family. Did they have to start that when I started filming? We're following the Sinclair family, which is basically a like rich white family. There's their 2 grandparents, and then they had 3 daughters, and then those 3 daughters all had their own kids, which are like all the cousins. The main character, which is the eldest cousin, is Cadence. Essentially, the group of, they call themselves liars, is all of the older cousins. So it's Cadence, our main character, Johnny, Mirren, and then Gat. But Gat is not actually related to them. He's just the son of one of the aunt's new boyfriends, if you know what I mean. He's kind of like a step cousin. So Cadence and Gat fall in love, and it's really sweet. Then the summer where they're 15, Cadence gets into this accident. I won't go into details, but she gets a major brain injury, and she totally forgets what happened leading up to the accident, like why it happened, who was there. So that is the main mystery that's going on, because Cadence cannot remember, and so she is going through a lot of healing. She's on a lot of drugs for the pain because she has constant migraines now from the injury. It's been a few years since she went and visited all of her family. Finally, she does go back. So by this point, I think there's like 17, and she is trying to figure out what happened those few years ago. Like, why was she alone? What went on, basically? So it's really intriguing, because obviously I feel like the cousins know more than they're letting on, because they aren't saying anything about the accident. They kind of like abandoned her once she got hurt, so it's really weird. And the thing about this group is they call themselves the Liars, and when they said that in the book, I thought they were going to explain why they called themselves the Liars, and they never did. So I'm just wondering, why would they call themselves the Liars? Like, I feel like that's gonna be part of the reveal. Like, maybe these cousins used to do some bad stuff. They used to get into a lot of trouble and lie and stuff. I don't know, but there's something about the writing that's just so engaging. Like, you just want to keep reading and not stop. And the chapters are so short. They're like 3 pages. They're so short, and I love that. I love when books have short chapters. It just makes you want to keep reading, because you're like, oh, the next book's only a couple pages. I'll just read the next chapter. And so it's so easy to get through. I'm so excited to return to the book. It's definitely not really a thrilling thriller, I guess. It's more of like a mystery, which is honestly fine for me in this case, because it's like really good and really intriguing. Like, I have no idea what is going to happen, because they're not really giving us a lot of info, because our main character is an unreliable narrator, because she has this head injury that she cannot remember anything leading up to the accident. It's only what people have told her. So I kind of think the whole family might be in on something, but we're gonna see. I looked at some reviews and it basically was everyone just being mind blown. Well, so a couple of people gave it low ratings, but most people gave it like 5s or 4s of the people that I'm friends and follow. So I'm so excited to get back to it. Okay, so things are getting revealed. Things are getting dramatic. Something really sad just happened. If you guys have read the book, you probably know I'm not done yet, but like we're getting reveals. Cadence is like remembering more about the drama that happened that summer, some of the events leading up to her accident, and it's so upsetting. It's so sad. I'm almost done. I'm gonna finish in like minutes. Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna be pissed about this ending. Like there's gonna be something big still. I was a little worried that that last sad thing I mentioned was gonna be the main thing and like it wasn't enough. But there's something more and I'm gonna be pissed. And I feel like I'm gonna cry. So here we are at the end of the video. I just finished We Were Liars a few minutes ago, and yeah, I'm pretty freaking shook by it. I didn't really cry. I feel like I was so shocked that the tears just didn't really come. I definitely did not see that coming. I did not see that twist coming at all. I see why it's so hyped up, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give it 5 stars. I questioned it a little bit because I felt very unsettled by the ending. It's a big twist, obviously. It's really upsetting, which I think I already expressed, so move along, Marley. But it left such an unsettling feeling for me that I was like, is this 5 stars? Like, should I dock a star for this? But honestly, just the way that this book had me so captivated, like I couldn't put it down. And it's been a while since I had a book like that. I haven't had very many 5-star reads this year. For some reason, the books that I've been picking up, which are not that many so far, I think I'm only at like 20 books so far this year, but the books I've been picking up have like not really been 5 stars for me. So it's been a while since a book really like packed a punch like this and had me like reading it just so quickly and like not wanting to put it down. I highly recommend this book. It obviously was the best book of this video, which is unsurprising. Like I really thought it would be because I just see this book everywhere. It's just such a big book in like the YA reading culture, so I'm really glad that I was finally able to get to it. I feel like it's really gonna stick with me, and I feel like I still need like some more time to like process it, because it was just like really a heart-wrenching book. If it was like maybe a different day, I would have sobbed, but it was just like the shock of it. So let's review. Obviously, We Were Liars was the best book. Highly recommend reading it to basically everyone. I think everyone will kind of get a shock from it. What was the next best book? Definitely Sadie. I went into it expecting something different, as you guys saw, which was my mistake, but I ended up really liking it, liking the themes. It was also disturbing and upsetting. I know I mentioned liking YA books because they're fun. If you guys want more like fun YA thriller / mysteries, check out like Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Check out Karen Slaughter's book. Speaking of Karen Slaughter, I wanted to make this point. I feel like she was very inspired by We Were Liars when she wrote The Cousins. Anyone else out there that's read both books recently? Let me know if you feel the same. They're just both about this rich family with multiple cousins on this like island resort type place. Like the premises are kind of similar and the settings are similar, and in both the parents of our main characters are like obsessed with getting the inheritance. So Karen, girl, I think you may have been inspired by We Were Liars. But anyways, that's fine. Still very different vibes for both of those books. The Cousins is like the fun, more thrillery one. We Were Liars is the more mysterious, heartbreaking one. Anyways, off topic. So my least favorite book of this video was They Wish They Were Us. Not a terrible book, pretty predictable twists, and not even very many twists, honestly. Mostly like a popular or rich people type of drama. So that will conclude this video. I really enjoyed this video. I actually really enjoyed reading all 3 of these books. I'm really glad that I'm back into my reading rhythm. The fact that I actually finished all 3 of these books in a week is really great. As my last reading vlog, I had to scrap because it just did not work out. I also got sick and got type 1 diabetes, which I'm mentioning in every video now, but that's a whole other thing. Go watch my last video for more info on that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you will subscribe for more reading vlogs, for more of my thoughts on books, for reading wrap-ups, tags, things like that. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.